we are looking at a 2022 Toyota Highlander. This is the L model. Really doesn't come with that much options. On this vehicle, we are adding some fog lights today. So we're gonna be rewiring these setup right here, because when you get the L trim level, it does not come with any fog lights. So in this case, we are installing some aftermarket fog lights. These aftermarket fog lights we are installing will look pretty amazing, actually. I'll show you guys at nighttime, but honestly, we made it look OEM. I brought the wire from the fender. If you guys just want a tutorial on it, I could probably do it in another video, but I got it transferred in there inside that cable wire and bushing. I'm guessing I got it in there, and then you take these plastics off, this first, then you can practice, and then you can take this off. After you take this part off, this part you could come take it off. You're gonna need some trim removal tools, but that's another video. But after you remove that, you have to remove this, because you have to, once you pass the wiring, you'll need a transferred inside the back of these, so it's gonna go like this, and then you have to kind of push it back up, because this part you got to connect it right here. So you remove one of these, the plain ones. The crazy thing is that this one is for the trunk. The cable's there, but we got the L model, so it doesn't come with it. So that's one less option that we don't have. But the wiring is in here. I just I don't have the button, so I just left it still blank. Later on in the future, I could just put it, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work or not, But other than that, I removed one of these blank ones, was right here. Ended up removing it, and then ended up putting the one that the aftermarket fog lights it come with. So it practically looks almost OEM. Actually, it does look OEM. You won't even know. One thing we did install to our Highlander is these running boards. Literally, these running boards. They cost us like $300. I installed it myself. The installation was not that hard. I could probably give you a preview later on. And then I also got the top rails installed as well. And yeah, it gives detail. It gives detail to the vehicle. So yeah, I have the L, not the LE. I wish. So we don't have the automatic. We don't have the automatic trunk. The key doesn't have that trunk system as well, and we also don't have the blind spot monitor, because when you get the L, it does not have it. But if you get the LE and above, it contains it. But I ended up putting these. It does wonders. It's because we got it for 38 grand. LE and everything else was like 43, 44. I was like, what? Like, we weren't willing to pay that much difference. So practically for the LE and above, we're looking like anywhere 5, 6, 7 grand big difference, especially with this shortage of vehicles supposedly. But the only thing we're lacking that is important is the fog lights that gives it detail at night. The side mirror technology. I meant the blind spot technology, and also the trunk technology with the key fob. That's practically the only technology that kind of sounds worth it. But it doesn't have moonroof. But other than that, we don't mind, because we never used a moonroof. Panoramic will make a big difference. Oh yeah, sorry, Father. I had to block the license plates with microfiber. All right, well, let's get to it. I already have the wiring set up. The wiring's all right here, because when I passed it, everything connected. I did that last night. I have all the wiring here ready to go. So I'm just gonna start just taking the liners off, and then I'll have practically easy access to get to the stock plastic of the fog lamps, so I can remove this and then install these custom ones. What are those? Anyways, first we're gonna remove this liner. you could say. Sorry, but the only I thought I had some tools, but I guess not. I'm gonna use a flathead. It does better work. So you're gonna have to remove about 1, 2, about 3, 4, about 4 of them, just because I just want to get this out of the way, you know, just right here. You know, I just want to flex it and just install it. I don't want to remove too much, do too much work. I'll let you guys know how it goes, if it hopefully it goes, but I know for a fact I'm gonna need like a 10 millimeter to remove this. Other than that, let's get going. And I'm just gonna remove all of them. So practically you just insert, like you just insert the flathead right in the middle. Like that, and then it'll pop out, and just like that, it just pops out beautifully. It just pops out beautifully. But yeah, well, let me just get them all out. All right. Well, to remove the 10 millimeters, I know there's gonna be like I think 2 that I have to remove, or 4. But I just brought my Milwaukee with the with a little 10 millimeter socket, just to remove it, because I honestly don't want to be using the old old mechanism, the old screw way. Sorry, I'm lazy like that. But yeah, let's just get this going, Let's see how this Milwaukee works, Ooh, that is beautiful. And then one of them, it's all the way in the bottom. You have to remove that one. And I think that's if we have to get to that one, I'll let you guys know. But for right now, the first one, that's the second one. I'll let you guys know if we have to remove them. But other than that, everything's coming out solid. And let's see how it goes. Honestly, this liner has so much flexibility. You can literally just flex it out. That's all the space you need to get to those 2 screws. I think there's one more behind that water reservoir. But other than that, that's the only way to remove that plastic and install the new setup from there. But yeah, exactly. We had to remove those 2 screws that were from here. We had to remove them, and then we had to remove all the way till here. You're fine, like almost the middle area, and then you're able to flex this, because there's one other one in the back, but it's unnecessary to remove all of them. But you're just doing too much work, because that's all the access I need to get to all of them. But right now I need a crosshead and to remove those screws and get the new fog light installed. And yeah, it will be rinse and repeat. I'm gonna speed it up to the next side. There's only 2 screws. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I did say I was lazy. And then you just have to push it. But other than that, there's literally, it's like, I don't know if you see it, but there's like a black clip just holding it. You just have to put your finger right in there and then just squeeze it out. Other than that, that's practically it. It's supposed to just come out like butter. I can't do it with one hand. No, just give me 1 second. Yes, like I was saying, the 2 screws are right here. The opposite side will be the same way. They're gonna be literally at the end, so easy access to get in. But then, yeah, you literally have to put your hand in there and try to, pry with your own hands. It's easier. If you try to use it too, you're gonna kind of like take forever, or you're gonna give yourself some hard time. Just feel it. Just push that down and then push it out at the same time. It's just 2 of them that's being held, and it will just come out like butter. And literally, those 2 areas right there, they're actually they're being held right there and right there. Boom, comes out like butter. And rinse and repeat on the placement ready to go. I'm gonna just install it. It's literally the same setup. Clip, and then the 2 screws. Boom, boom, and then that's pretty much it. This wiring, I'll be guiding you guys how to install everything else. It's just right now, just a basic installation. I have to rip these off, these plastic moldings. Boom. Now it's ready to go, and let me just start installing it reverse. One thing I was doing is I was using a blade to remove these excess amount of plastic that are bulging out, so I can have them as clean as this one. I just scrape them off because I don't know, I just want a cleaner style. Just tie it up. All right, Father, can you pull it up? Thank you. Now we're pulling it up, and then perfect. Now, ahora you can detach it. Ahora sí, desconectalo. And then just pass me the black wire back to the bottom, and I grab it and connect it. Rinse and repeat. That's the only way we're able to do that. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. I wish there had another easier way to do it, but that's the only way we're able to do it. So now I'm gonna get the black wiring back into the bottom, so I'll be able to grab it and now finally connect these two harness and just take it from there. Passed it from the bottom. I passed it right behind. There's the cable right behind the water, the windshield water reservoir. Right behind it, if you can see,
Came into a problem. Guys, scratch that.
all right, guys. Well, we had to pass it through the back, and then this fog lamp has to come from the back, and then there's no way we're gonna make our life difficult. We try to screw it from the back, so we're just gonna screw it from the front. Boom, boom, and then just this one. So it's just like, it looks just 3. It has 4 holes, but so we're just gonna screw 3, and then have the wiring harness on top. And then we're just manually gonna connect it. It's easier, but other than that, this is the only way we're able to get the fog light in. Pass it on from the back, and then bring it, and then present it right here, and then just I'm just gonna screw it from the front, literally 1, 2, 3, and then the type of, it does not come with no screws. So these are the screws you're gonna need. You're gonna need about, I think, well, it looks like 3, so it's 6 in total. I bought 8 at Toyota. They try to scam you. Remember, they're 80 cents. So they tell you, my mistake, we weren't able to screw it from the front because it wasn't being held on anything. So at least we're able to get one in from the back, and I'll let you guys know how we got the other 2, or at least are screwed in. This side is a little more complicated. There's more room on the other side. Just this side, we have the water reservoir, the relay fuse. We got like more things over at this side. So I'll let you guys know. It was tough, but we ended up managing. This is the easiest one. These were the hardest ones because of the water reservoir. There's no way in heck we're able to get it from here. So I had to get the wheel molding off, get the front bumper just a little off of the clips, so I could get a little wiggle room, so I could stretch it out. And that was the only way we were able to like actually put our hand in there. And then, but first things first, make the holes, like drill it, make the holes so they're already there. So when you're in the back, you can literally like turn it in from the back, and then it practically is all about feel and eyeballing it from the back. And then, yeah, that's the only way to do it. The hardest side, hopefully the other side is the easiest side. All right, guys, just rinse and repeat. Just put the 2 screws back, the 2 on the bottom, 1 and then 2, and then just put the clips back, all the ones that you remove, all the way to like the middle center of the molding area of the fender, and then also don't forget to put this screw back in to hold the front bumper with the fender, so it doesn't move. But that's it. Now let's work on the other side.